Good morning. Now we are going to solve few more problems for the practice purpose. So observe this problem. The given data is cost characteristics of the three plants. We are having a three generating plants where we have given the cost characteristics of three units C1, C2 and C3. Cost characteristics of three units C1, C2, C3. So C1 is 350 plus 7.2 P1 plus 0.004 P1 square. Similarly C2 500 plus 7.5 P2 plus 0.0025 P2 square. C3 600 plus 6.74 P3 plus 0.03 P3 square. So these are the cost characteristics given for three thermal plants. So in observe this problem, the governors are set such that they share the load equally. The first point is they share the load equally. So equally means three generators PD by 3. Since we have three generators, the total demand if it is PD, equally load sharing means PD by 3. Neglecting the losses, here we are neglecting the losses, and the generation limits also neglected. So neglecting losses and the generator limits. So both parameters you are neglecting. You are not considering the losses while solving the economic dispatch. At the same time, you are not involving the power limits also. Find a cost when the load is 745 megawatts. So load given is 745 megawatts. Find the saving of cost when they are loaded optimally in comparison with the equal load sharing. So what he is asking is saving. We need to find saving when they are loaded optimally. Loaded optimally means you have to load the generators for economic operation. Means you have to perform the economic dispatch in comparison with the equal loading. So first case is when the loads are dispatched economically. In the second case, when the loads are shared equally. So we are using the analytical method where you are finding lambda. Lambda is equal to PD plus sigma VI by 2A, you know, by sigma 1 by 2A. So you can substitute here. Lambda is equal to PD. PD is, what is PD? In the given data, PD is 745 megawatts. PD is 745 megawatts. So 745 plus B1 by 2A1. So it is 7.2 by 0.008 plus B2. This is AI. This is BI. This is CI. AI, BI, CI are the cost coefficients. So this is A1, A2, A3. Similarly, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2 and C3. So after substituting in lambda, B2 by 0.005 plus 6.74 divided by 0.006 divided by 1 by 0.008 plus 1 by 0.005 plus 1 by 0.006 means 1 by 2A1 plus 2A2 plus 1 by 2A3. So substituting, the value obtained is lambda as 8.6 rupees per megawatt hour. So after obtain PI value, PI is equal to lambda minus BI by 2AI. So substitute I, P1 is equal to lambda minus B1 by 2A1. Similarly, P2 is equal to lambda minus B2 by 2A2. Similarly, P3 is equal to lambda minus B3 by 2A3. Okay. So substitute lambda value onto B1, A1 for obtaining P1 value. So after substituting, we have obtained power values as P1 is 175 megawatts, P2 is 220 megawatts and P3 is 350 megawatts. Okay. So this is the economic dispatch. We have performed now economic dispatch. The load of 745 megawatts is shared among the available three generators economically. Economically means such that the cost is minimum. So after substituting P1 in C1, similarly P2 in C2, P3 in C3 in these three expressions. The total cost you can obtain is C1 plus C2 plus C3. The value is 7,330 rupees per hour. So you can use the calculator for obtaining this value. So by using the analytical method, we are performing the economic dispatch. By making use of formula of lambda and pi. In the first step, you are obtaining lambda value, which is 8.6. By making use of this formula, after obtaining lambda, calculate power values P1, P2, P3. So with the obtained value of P1, P2, P3, substitute in C1, C2, C3 respectively, you will get the total cost. As C1 plus C2 plus C3. So this is the cost obtained for the economic dispatch. So later on you need to find with the equal load sharing, how the load is shared. So equal load sharing means when the load is shared equally, so P1, P2, P3 will be PD by 3. When the load is shared equally, P1, P2, P3 is equal to PD by 3, demand by 3. So 745 by 3. So each generator is loaded with a 248.3 megawatts. Okay. So this is the equal load sharing among the generators. So with these value, so this is P1, P2, P3. With these values, substituting cost characteristics C1, C2, C3. Then the total cost will be C1 plus C2 plus C3. So the value obtained is this one, 7,360.014 rupees per hour. So saving, he is asked to calculate the saving. So saving means the cost when the load is shared economically, and the cost when the load is shared equally. The difference between these two is saving. Okay, the difference of these two will be saving when the load is shared economically and when the load is shared equally. Find the total cost, then subtract these two, you will get saving, which is in rupees per hour. Saving in rupees per hour. Okay, so this is one type of problem. This is another model. The fuel cost characteristics. So in the problem, they have given the fuel cost characteristics of two thermal plants. C1 is equal to 7,752.8 P1 plus 5.5 10 power minus 3 P1 square. So this is the cost characteristics of a thermal plant 1, for which the limits are imposed. So P1 should be within the limits of 200 and 800. That means if this is the minimum value 200 and 800 megawatts will be the maximum value. The real power generation of the first plant must be within these two limits only. It is not possible to go beyond these limits. The minimum is 200, maximum is 800 megawatts. So similarly, for the plant 2 also the characteristics are specified. For the plant 2 also the characteristics are specified. 2500 plus 50 P2 plus 0.005 P2 square. So for this generator also the limits are specified. For this generator also the limits are specified. Minimum is 200 and the maximum will be 800 megawatts. Next, the load curve is shown in figure. So this is the load curve. Find the daily operating schedule. So you need to find daily operating schedule to minimize the operating cost. Okay. So you have to find the schedule such that the cost should be minimized. Then the cost of taking unit off and then putting it on is 1000 rupees. Okay. So while performing the scheduling, when the unit is switched off and again bringing it to on position, the cost incurred will be 1000 megawatts. Okay. So we have given a data of cost characteristics of two thermal plants. For two thermal plants, the limits are imposed. The minimum and the maximum limits are specified, and then load curve is given. For a period of 24 hours. Then you need to find the schedule. Such that the cost should be minimized. So within this, while performing the scheduling, the cost of taking a unit off and then putting it on. Okay, the cost of taking unit off means when you switch off the unit and bringing the unit to on condition, the cost incurred will be 1000 rupees per unit. So this is the given data. When you observe the load curve, so you will be having the three steps: 500 megawatts of load, 900 megawatts, and then 1200 megawatts of load. So this is the load given load curve, for which we will be having the three loads: 500 megawatts, 900 megawatts, 1200 megawatts. So when you observe, 500 megawatts is for a period of 10 hours, 0 to 6 and 20, 24, 4 hours. So 6 plus 4, 10 hours. The 500 megawatts is exist for 10 hours. 900 megawatts is exist for 6 to 60. 6 to 60. That is 10 hours. 900 megawatts exists for 10 hours. Then 1200 megawatts is for 4 hours. 1200 megawatts is for 4 hours. So this is the daily load curve given. So for this, when you observe, first we will take 1200 megawatts. When you consider 1200 megawatts, you need to make use of both the generators. For example, if you want to use only one generator, the maximum possibility for one generator will be 800 megawatts. Okay, the maximum possibility for a single generator is 800 megawatts. So that's why it is not possible to make 1200 megawatts of load by making use of a single units. Therefore, you have to make use of both the units to meet a load of 1200 megawatts. Okay. By making use of a single unit, it is not possible to meet a load of 1200 megawatts, since the maximum generation by a single generator is 800 megawatts. The maximum generation by a single generator is 800 megawatts. Therefore, to meet a load of 1200 megawatts, you need to make use of both the generators. Okay, both the generators. So for the 1200 megawatts, both the generators have to be involved to meet the demand. Therefore, the economic operation has to be performed to dispatch the 1200 megawatts among the two generators. So 1200 megawatts need to be shared among the two generators. So there is no scope of using a single generator. Okay. Next, when we are coming to 900 megawatt scale, we are observing for a load of 900 megawatts. So here also the maximum possibility for a single generator is 800 megawatts. Here also the maximum possibility for a single generator is 800 megawatts. Therefore, for a 900 megawatts of load also, we have to make use of both the generators. For 900 megawatts of load also, we have to make use of both the generators. While coming to third load, that is 500 megawatts of load. In this condition, the maximum is 800 megawatts. The load is 500 megawatts. Therefore, you can able to meet the load of 500 megawatts by making use of a single generator. So, one generator is sufficient to meet a load of 500 megawatts. Single generator is sufficient to meet a load of 500 megawatts. Why? Because the maximum possible generation for a single generator is 800 megawatts. The maximum possible generation for a single generator is 800 megawatts. Therefore, for 500 megawatts of load, a single generator is sufficient to make a load. So we will see one by one. When the load is 1200 megawatts, we are observing for a 1200 megawatts. Load is 1200 megawatts. So this 1200 megawatts need to be dispatched among the two generators such that the cost is minimum. We are making use of a equal incremental cost criteria. Equal incremental cost criteria, where the incremental fuel cost for both the plants is same. And then the total generation must be equal to the demand. The total generation P1 plus P2 is equal to demand. So when you solve this, dou C1 by dou Pg1 is 52.8 plus 11.0 into 10 power minus 3 P1 is equal to, okay, I am writing dou C1 by dou P1, that is 52.8 plus 5.5 into 2 into 10 power minus 3 P1 is equal to, again partial differentiate this C2 with respect to P2. Partial differentiate C2 with respect to P2. This 15 plus 0.01 P2. And then P1 plus P2 is equal to 1200 megawatts. So by making use of these two expressions, that is dou C1 by dou P1 is equal to dou C2 by dou P2. Second expression is total generation P1 plus P2 is equal to demand of 1200 megawatts. By making use of these two expressions, solve for P1 and P2. So on solving, you will obtain P1 as 740.54 megawatts and P2 will be 459.45 megawatts. Okay. So this is specified in terms of megawatts. In the second case, when the load is 900 megawatts, same approach you have to use. Same approach. That is dou C1 by dou P1 is equal to dou C2 by dou P2, and P1 plus P2 is equal to 900 megawatts. So in this case, P1 plus P2 is equal to 900. Means in this 1200 place, you need to replace with the 900 megawatts. So on solving these two expressions, you will get P1 as 470.27 megawatts and P2 as 429.73 megawatts. So we are making use of the equal incremental cost criteria and making use of power balance equation. By making use of these two expressions, we are solving for P1 and P2 for the economic operation. Next, in the third case, when the load is 500 megawatts, so first parameters, you have to find the economic dispatch, which is by making use of equal incremental cost. Under power balance equation, you are finding for economic dispatch of load 500 megawatts. So this is the case when you are performing the economic dispatch. So same formula, in this place of 900, you are using 500 megawatts. Then P1 is 109.9 megawatts, P2 will be 390.09 megawatts. But the minimum limit for the generator is 200 megawatts. Therefore, what will be the criteria? When you observe the P1, since P1 is less than P1 minimum, since P1 is less than P1 minimum, set P1 is equal to P1 minimum. Okay, so this is the condition we have seen in previous sessions. If P1 is less than P1 minimum, set P1 to P1 minimum. So same way, since here the P1 is 109.9 megawatts, it is less than P1 minimum. P1 minimum is 200 megawatts. P1 minimum is 200 megawatts. Therefore, set P1 to 200 megawatts. And the remaining load, which is 500 minus 200, 300, that should be taken by the P2. Okay, the P1 is less than P1 minimum, therefore set the P1 to P1 minimum, and the remaining load, which is 500 minus 200, which is 300 megawatts, is set to the P2. Okay, so the cost for 10 hours, the 500 megawatts is exist for 10 hours. So 0 to 6, 20 to 24. The 500 megawatts is exist for 10 hours. So we are calculating total cost for 10 hours. Calculating total cost for 10 hours. So you will get 2,99800 in terms of rupees. Okay, since we are having a scope of meeting a 500 megawatts upload by making use of single generator, we will try one combination. P1 is off. Okay, when P1 is off, P2 is on. When P1 is off and P2 is on. So when this is the scenario, P1 is not going to generate any generation, but P2 is going to generate. P2 is able to meet the load. Therefore, P2 should be set to the total load. So in this case, P2 is equal to 500 megawatts. So the maximum generation possibility for a single generator is 800 megawatts. Therefore, the load of 500 megawatts can be met by a single generator. Since we are switching off P1 and switching on the P2, the total load must be taken by the P2 only. So P2 must be equal to the 500 megawatts. Okay, and then since P1 is switched off, again after some time P1 should comes into operation. You are going to switch on the P1 again later. Okay, so that's why you are finding the total cost plus 1000. Okay, when P2 is 500 megawatts, what is the cost? And then 1000 rupees, which is extra cost incurred for taking out a unit off and then putting it on. Taking out unit and putting it on, you are incurring a rupees of 1000 rupees. So that's why we are making P1 as off. Later for 900 megawatts and 1200 megawatts, P1 should bring into operation. That's why 1000 rupees must be added to the cost. So the total cost will be 226,000 in terms of rupees. Then what will be the saving? What will be the saving? So saving is subtract these two. Okay, when the load is equally sharing. So this is the cost for economic sharing. This is the cost for economic sharing. It is economic sharing. And this is when P1 is off, P2 is on. Total cost plus 1000 rupees, which is incurred for again P1 bringing it to the on condition. The total cost is 226,000. So subtract these two. Okay, you will get the saving as 74,800 megawatts of saving. Okay, so whichever is optimal, that we need to opt. Whichever is optimal, that we need to make use of. So this is the schedule you can prepare for a load curve of given load curve. For a given load curve, you can prepare a schedule like this. For 900 megawatts, you can use P1 as 470.27 megawatts and P2 will be 429.73. For a load of 1200 megawatts, P1 will be 740.54 and 459.45 megawatts. For a load of 500 megawatts, P1 will be 200 megawatts and 300 megawatts when the load is shared economically. Otherwise, when P1 is off and P2 is on, this will be the cost incurred. So since it is less, since the second combination leading to the less cost, so you can opt for this schedule. So what is the schedule? P1 can go for off condition and P2 should be in operation to supply the load of 500 megawatts. So this will be the case. So we will see next problem. A 2-bus system, you are given a data of 2-bus system is shown in figure. So this is 2-bus. This is bus 1, this is bus 2. He has given 2-bus system is shown in figure. If 100 megawatts is transmitted from plant 1 to the load, 100 megawatts is transmitted if 100 megawatts is transmitted from plant 1 to the load, a 10 megawatts of loss is incurred. So 100 megawatts power is transferred, a 10 megawatts of loss is incurred. So this is the specific case. This is the specific case. When 100 megawatts of generation is transferred from bus 1 to the load, a loss of 10 megawatts is incurred. So that is you want to express here. Then find the required generation. Find the required generation for each plant. The power received by the load when the system lambda is 25 rupees per megawatt hour. When the system lambda is 25 rupees per megawatt hour. Then the incremental fuel cost of two plants are given by these two expressions. IFC, which is incremental fuel cost of two plants, which is dou C1 by dou P1, dou C2 by dou P2. So he has given the data which is expressed in terms of rupees per megawatt hour. Okay, here we need to identify that you are having a 2-bus system. Okay, the load is connected to bus 2. We are having a 2-bus system. The load is connected at bus 2. When an amount of 100 megawatts is transferred from plant 1 to load, when a generation of 100 megawatts is transferred from plant 1 to load, a 10 megawatts of loss is occurred. 10 megawatts loss is occurred. So this is a specific case. Okay. By making use of this data, we are following the problem. So since the load is at bus 2, the load is connected bus 2, plant 2 will not contribute to any losses. So this is obvious that the load is connected to bus 2, it is not at bus 1. The load is connected to bus 2. If the plant 2 want to supply the load, no need to transfer to transmission line. Okay. But in contrary, if the plant 1 need to supply the load, plant 1 generation must be flow to the transmission line. If the plant 2 want to supply the load, no need to go to the transmission line. But if a plant 1 need to supply the load, the power must be transferred from plant 1 to plant 2 through transmission line. So in the losses, so whatever the losses occurs in a transmission system, there is a contribution of plant 1 only. Okay, so whatever the loss occurs in a transmission system, the contribution is due to plant 1 only. So there is no loss contribution of the plant 2 since the load is connected plant 2 near to the plant 2. Okay, so by making use of this specific condition, since the plant 2 involvement is not there in the loss contribution, PL is equal to P1 square B11, P2 square B22 plus 2 P1 P2 B1. So this is the transmission loss formula for a two generator system. For a two generator system, the transmission loss formula is given as PL is equal to P1 square B11, P2 square B22 plus 2 P1 P2 B1. Okay. So when observe this diagram, since the load is at bus 2, the loss contribution due to plant 2 will be 0. The loss contribution due to plant 2 is 0. Therefore, the loss coefficient terms related to plant 2, will be 0. So B22, B12 and B21 is 0. Okay. Since there is no loss contribution due to plant 2, the terms related to plant 2 of loss coefficients will become 0. So B22, B12, B21 will become 0. So I am substituting in loss expression, PA can be obtained as PL is equal to B11 into P1 square. PL is equal to B11 into P1 square. So when you substitute, a 10 megawatts of loss is occurred due to a transfer of a 100 megawatts of generation. When you substitute these two here, 10 megawatts of loss is equal to B11 into 100 megawatts of power, P1 square, 100 square. So on substituting you will get B11 is equal to 0.001 and the units will be megawatt inverse. Next, so this is the coordination equation which is used to find economic operation among developable generators by involving the losses. So this is the coordination equation which is used for the economic operation among the available generators by including the losses. So dou C1 by dou P1 into 1 by 1 minus dou PL by dou P1 is equal to dou C2 by dou P2 into 1 by 1 minus dou PL by dou P2. So that is equal to 25, which he has mentioned in the problem. Lambda is equal to 25. So we have specified here. So PL is equal to, we can write here, PL is equal to P11 into P1 square. Therefore dou PL by dou P1 is equal to 2 into P11 P1. So this term you can substitute here. At the same time, dou PL by dou P2 is equal to 0. Since the PL is not a function of P2, dou PL by dou P2 is equal to 0. So this term will become 0. Okay. So after substituting, dou C1 by dou P1 he has given here. Dou C1 by dou P1 is given. Dou C2 by dou P2 is given. Okay. So this value dou PL by dou P1 is equal to 2 into 0.001 P1. So this expression you need to substitute here. Okay, that should be equal to 25. So after substituting, you will get P1 is equal to 128.57. So similarly, here also dou C2 by dou P2, when you substitute this term as 0, when you substitute dou PL by dou P2 as 0, so dou C2 by dou P2 is equal to 25. When you equate these two, dou C2 by dou P2 is equal to 25, this is equal to 25, you can obtain P2 here. So P2 is 125 megawatts. So this is the economic sharing among the two generators by including the losses. And finally he asked for the load, the power received by the load. The power received by the load, PD is equal to total generation minus losses. PD is equal to total generation minus losses. So total generation is P1 plus P2 minus losses will be minus PL. So PL is, this is PL. So P11 into P1 square. So after substituting, we will get PD, that is power received by the load, as 237.64 megawatts. So this is the procedure to solve the problem. So in the next session, we are going to solve a few more models. Okay, so practice this by making use of the formulas given in the sessions. Thank you.